Psalms of Sedition, Set 2, the 3/5 myth. America is founded on a myth. The Constitution, with straight face, proclaims we people are divided by the fifth, although it never mentions any names, except to state some persons it calls free amount to 2/5 more than persons not, without explaining how it comes to be that 3/5 of a person gets begot. In nature, no such creature can be found, no 3/5 specimens of any kinds, which means this is a mythical account concocted in some founding fathers' minds. And how do we explain this line of thinking, save to suggest perhaps they had been drinking? Back when the Constitution was first framed, the Founding Fathers, drunk with power amassed from a concoction which they never named, kept captives out of Africa outcast, called 3/5 of all other persons, chattel. Here where the love of freedom was proclaimed, humanity was bought and sold like cattle, which must have made the framers so ashamed that, like a drunk pretending to be sober, the Constitution was deliberately conceived to cover up and so gloss over the damage it did human liberty, as if it would be mortified to death if it were found with bondage on its breath. In 77 years, a civil war inflamed by that peculiar institution the Founding Fathers conspired to ignore when they were framing up the Constitution, all but destroyed the union they created. For surely this republic would have died if the slaves had not been emancipated and joined the conflict on the union side, joined up to help the blue defeat the gray, joined up so right might triumph over wrong, joined up to chuck their chattel chains away, joined up almost 200,000 strong. Ironically, the Constitution's saved by those 3/5 persons it had enslaved. When the bloody Civil War was ended, slavery was among its casualties, but though the Constitution got amended, it still did not provide for faculties to lift the ignorance of slave oppression, nor compensate those who had been slave-driven by putting property in their possession in partial payment for all they had given. Nor were the slaves decreed full 5/5 persons with options they might exercise and voice. Instead, despite American assertions, the former slaves remained without a choice. The freedmen took their orders as of old, becoming citizens as they were told. During the bicentennial of the Constitution of the United States, descendants of the slaves gathered so we might take part as the nation celebrates, regardless of our sufferings of the past. As we lift every voice and sing, we praise a document by which we were outcast, discounted, and denied so many ways. We gathered not to be confused with facts concerning constitutional defects. We gathered rather confident we blacks are persons it now equally protects. Yet, not surprisingly, all you could hear from us that day was 3/5 of a cheer. 3/5 of a cheer, O land of the free. 3/5 of a cheer, O home of the brave. 3/5 of a cheer, oh say, can you see 2/5 the Constitution never gave? 3/5 because America remains a nation that is racist to its core. 3/5 because our people still take pains where our ancestors took great pains before. 3/5 because in spite of all pretense at having human rights philosophies, we all have had quite ample evidence of all American hypocrisies. 3/5, the myth the Constitution founded, by which Americans are still discounted.